Hi everyone, I'm Hunter Sailors. I'm going to give a speech on the advancement of the bow and arrow. The purpose of my speech is to inform my fellow archers and the archery team how the changes of the bow and arrow are part of the history that we as archers need to learn to develop into better shooters. The great Fred Bear once said, "The history of the bow and arrow is the history of mankind." I'm going to talk about several points today. The first will describe the history of the bow and arrow from ancient times. The second, I will examine the latest improvements to the bow and arrow. And the third, I will help you choose the equipment that is right for you. Some of the changes of the bow and arrow were original bows were wood and with animal horns and animal intestines for strings. Longbows were first developed for hunting. Recurves added greater strength and accuracy. 25% of competition archers use recurves now, and only 11% of people use recurves to hunt with. In 1966, Hollis Wilbur Allen developed the first cam system, and the invention of the cam allowed easier pull of a 60 to 70 pound bow for better penetration of animals. By 1970, releases were invented, and both compound bows and releases were used in the United States archery competition by the 1970s. Now I'm going to change over to the from traditional type of archery to compounds and how it influenced the development of different equipment such as arrows and sights. Arrows, the first hunters used arrows, used wooden arrows, and now they're using carbon arrows, which are much lighter, more durable. All you gotta do is add fletching tips and an insert, and they're a lot easier to use, a lot cheaper, lighter for faster speeds, more penetration into animals. Some of the improvement to the bow, developers are now making soft core layer foam in the limbs to provide strength and allow low density. Electronic and fiber optic sights are now invented, where with a long bow you just have to use the arrow. Rangefinders are used to judge distance, so you can just aim right on the animal versus having to hold high or low. Stabilizers provide weight for balance and steadying your aim. Those are both on the front and the back of the bow. New developments of cylinders filled with fluid create higher target scores when shooting competitions, and they also help with hunting, help you aim better for more lethal kills. Even though recent technology has made archery more effective, choosing the right equipment for you is still very, very important. Experts say traditional bows, like the recurve, teach a person to focus harder. The Pope and Young holder, which is the big bucks, what they're classified for. The biggest one to date was killed in 1961 with a recurve, and it's still holding the record today. Ted Nugent, who is a longtime hunter and singer, said, "I didn't switch from a recurve to compound until 1977, when the dreaded target panic took over his archery game." Target panic is when you're looking at the target and you just kind of freak out and can't hold anymore. He also said the choice in switching involves comfort and testing out the equipment to decide what's the best fit for you. Practice and patience is still a huge part of the skill of archery, even with compounds or recurve bows. Learning more about the background knowledge of the bow and arrow can help us become better archers. Knowing the beginnings of the bow helps us realize the change is never going to stop. Um, Developments like the carbon arrows improved sights help the shooters become more accurate. Becoming aware of the latest technology that is available will help each of us, decide the equipment that is best for us. Changes to the bow and arrow are part of history that was archers need to respect and continue to develop into better shooters. Whether bows are used for competition archery or sports or for conservation, the bow and the arrow are part of our world and will never stop being used. Over 99% of the total population of those 18,000 in the United States take part in archery. If 2.16 billion people participate in archery and bow hunting, the evolution will never stop, and it'll always be a part of mankind and what we do. That's about it.